I love the winters. I consider myself a bit more, I think I'd probably say I'm a student of the sport. I'm obsessed with performance, all sides of it. I mean, we're always talking about the nutrition side, but there's everything. I love to break down the different phases, even the fitness side. I think that his fitness for those 8 minutes on cross country day, I am laying a really important part of the foundation and the base in December and January. I'm obviously doing an awful lot of flat work and working on some of the technical skills as well at that point. So I love those days. I love the training, and I think I'm much more of a process-driven person than actually just needing. Maybe when I was younger, it was always hoping today I would win. And really trying to get back into competitions as much as I could so that I could maybe get that big result. But there was a lot of hope and a lot of chance then. Now I know that those results will happen if I do the work in the off season. So I'm a big off season guy. I love it. There's a lot of variance in our sport anyway, because I think in all horse sports. You see, if you follow racing, you see beaten odds-on favourites. You always see outcomes that surprise you a little bit, and it's not just by chance that happens. There are an awful lot of things to manage in the build-up, and they all really do matter. How he travels, how he comes off that aeroplane, how he recovers from that journey, and how we have him. Enough tapering in his work, but also, that he's put in the work to be absolutely in the sweet spot for the competition day. And a different type of, what I love about eventing is a different type of sweet spot, even within the space of 24 hours, to go from that relaxed, supple, concentrating, a lot of power still in the dressage phase, but, really just the concentration and the relaxation just peaked, to then being able to again, a lot of focus and a lot of concentration on the cross country, but at such a high intensity for 8 minutes. He's just got to be relentlessly wanting to cover the ground and to stay giving us everything for those 8 minutes. I just love working out the puzzle. And again, every single day is a learning day. So every championship, you're looking for feedback. What did we do at the Europeans in 2019 that I felt worked really well? What did we do that I feel we can improve upon? I mean, the climate is the difference. It just depends on where you are. That's the only real thing, I suppose. There's the length of the quarantines and things like that. We are leaving. Flamenco leaves Ireland on the 9th of July, and he won't trot up till the 30th of July. So he leaves my gallop and my arena 3 weeks before he competes. So we'll have training facilities, but they won't be the training facilities that he's used to. So I do think about when I have his biggest workloads in terms of the high intensity work. I want to be doing that on the gallops I know, and then the rest will be topping up in maintenance. He's not going to lose. I'm probably not going to get him fitter in those last 3 weeks, but I will maintain that peak. And we would naturally taper them a little bit, cut back the work volume a little bit, keep a few short, sharp bursts so that he's used to getting his heart rate up a couple of times. But that's kind of normal stuff that you'd have for World Championships or for Europeans. I went out to the test event in 2019. The heat and the humidity, they do hit you. And I know that when I go onto that cross-country course, that it'll probably be the toughest test for me. So I started to, that gave me the very simple kind of logic that I need to be in the best shape I've ever been in, because it'll be the toughest test I've ever had physically. And as I started to get myself in better shape, I was not a runner, I was not a fitness guy personally. My riding the horses was getting me fit. But when I started to kind of supplement that, and then I suppose in my own nature, sort of investigate human fitness, human nutrition, I don't need to be carrying any additional weight. It's going to be a big test for me. It's going to be a big test for Flamenco. So I don't want him carrying any additional weight that he doesn't need to carry. So And the more I kind of got into that, sort of researching it and learning about it and starting to practice it, starting to get fitter, starting to eat smarter, yeah, you get really into it. So I keep getting fitter, I keep running further and running faster and eating better, and I'm feeling better as a result. So it's cool, it's been a great journey. You know, what you put in is what you get out, and I think that even when you're trying, I think the thing I've most respected now is cutting weight. You know, you think when you're a few, you know, or a kg lighter or a few pounds lighter, oh brilliant, but there's a cost to that, you know, and that cost can come in performance, it can come, you know, your energy levels, and definitely your mood. You know, I've felt those days when I've been like, oh God, I just, you know, snapped at the kids or snapped at Smarks when I shouldn't have, and then I put two and two together and go, yeah, well, you know, when you're losing weight and you're expending more calories than you're consuming, that's going to happen. Certainly in my experience, I mean, I'm going to my 9th championship, I think. I feel like I'm only just starting to learn about real high performance.